Hey everyone, it's Eileen with Creative Eye Designs. How's everyone doing tonight? Tonight we're presenting with the Cakery Creators Circle, and if you're watching, say hi. Let me know you're here. My eyes are going all over the place right now because how there is a fly down here in my creative cavern is a mystery to me. But he's seems to be attracted to the light, so he keeps gravitating towards the light. So that's fun. That's a distraction in itself. How's everyone doing tonight? We're going to make pumpkin pies, minis of course, because you know I love to do the land a little. I'm just conditioning some of my clay. I'm going to use some Model Magic tonight. And I just want to get some clay ready. I have a few little mason jar lids ready to go. So we'll see how many we get to tonight. And it's all going to depend on that plaster, right? So I'm going to be using the Perfect Plaster for the base of my pies. But first I want to make a crust. So I'm just getting, that fly's driving me crazy, guys. Hey, Heather, Velvet and Vine Design. How are you tonight? What's up, girlfriend? Thank you. How you doing, Miss Heather? Do you have your coffee? I got my coffee. Oh, I needed this cup today, guys. I needed this cup today. You know, technology is just not my friend. Not my friend. You know, that all started, I don't know how that started, but I feel like when you used to go live, you used to say, hey there, hey. So I just started saying, hey there, hey. Heather, Velvet and Vine Design. What's going on, my friend? Making pumpkin pies tonight, Miss Heather. Who likes pumpkin pie? I mean, I think, oh, I needed to grab my cinnamon. I'm thinking it's right behind me. It should be right behind me. Not everybody is a fan of pumpkin pie, but I love pumpkin pie, you know, in the fall, right? Do you love pumpkin pie? I have my flavored water, but I'm going to have my coffee after dinner. Well, I had my coffee after work, and then I poured some more in here, warmed it up, and now I'm having after dinner coffee. So I'm having coffee all around. So let me just grab my cinnamon. I hope that's here. We're going to need that. Uh-oh. Well, I have cinnamon sticks. Now, where the heck is my cinnamon? There, what? Now, I know where it is. See, I am somewhat organized, guys. I kind of know where everything is. Who can relate? Who can relate? So up after me, we are presenting with the Cakery Creators Circle, and I'm hoping that Betsy with Heavens to Betsy Cakery is going to share me over into the group, the Heavenly Fake Bake Decor group. It's free to join. You can all watch the lives all in one place. Hi, Brendy from Minnesota. You love pumpkin pie. It's one of your favorites. Hi, Barb. I love pumpkin pie too. But if I'm going to have pie, I want like blueberry pie. I love blueberry pie. I want chocolate cream pie. I even thought maybe I should turn one of these into a chocolate cream pie, you know. Why not? Let's see what happens. We're kind of winging it tonight, guys. I mean, I know how I'm doing the crust. I know how I'm doing the base. But it's going to be about getting the right color for my pie. So we're going to see what happens. Bear with me while I condition this clay, guys. All right, so I have these. Betsy had done yummy, all the pies. I mean, I'll take any pie. I'll take any slice of pie, you know. But blueberry, apple. I love apple pie. I love a crumb topping on my pie. Anyone else? I love a crumb topping. Like a nice blueberry crumb or an apple crumb. You know, it's kind of like, reminds me of coffee cake. I love coffee cake. And I'm not really big on the sweets, but I do love pies. But I will only really have some like you know, over the holidays, probably mostly Thanksgiving, right? That's when we want all those warm pies. Do you like to put the ice cream on the pie, have a little pie a la mode? I would rather just have the pie with maybe like a dollop of whipped cream. Fresh whipped cream is even better. So anyway, I was gonna say, I have these little mason jar lids, guys, and I glued the seal down into the tin. Betsy taught us this in one of her presentations. So I'm taking her idea and I'm making my own sort of pie with it. I forget what kind Betsy made. Well, she's made a few, so I'm not really 100% sure. Barb, if you are still here, you love that. What accent? Brendy, what accent? I don't hear an accent. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Long Island. Barb, please make sure that I get shared over into the Heavenly Fake Bake Decor group, because I'm not sure if Betsy is on yet. I don't see her. So if you're able to do that, that would be awesome. I would appreciate it. All right, so we got the mason jar lids. The seal is glued down with a little super glue. I used that Gorilla Glue to hold mine down. I imagine you can use like an E6000. Every time I go to grab my E6000, I can't get it out of the tube. So not the Bose. Yeah, no, this is definitely not the Bose. It's not a hard clay. It's Model Magic. It's Model Magic. It's made by Crayola. It's not as it's more dense, I guess I want to say, more dense than like the Bose clay. The Bose is very very soft. This one you have to kind of work it a little more, you know. You really got to work it. I bet I would, Brendy. Yeah, Brendy, I bet I would think you had an accent for sure. Hi, Doris. Thanks for hopping on. All right. So I always want to feel like I want to maybe put some tacky glue down in my pie shell, but I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up. So let's just press it in like I normally would do. I'm just going to take my clay. I'm putting it down into my mason jar in the center, and I'm just going to work it around to make my crust, if you can see that. And that's basically what we're going to do for the crust. I want to work up my ends and bring them up over the lip a little bit. Thank you. Hi, Lindsay. How are you tonight? How hot is it in Texas? It's pretty hot here today. And of course, the AC at my job didn't seem to be really very comfortable. It was pretty hot in there today. So, all right. So I'm just, again, pressing my clay around all the edges. I guess like you would do any pie crust, right? I don't really bake, so, you know. Oh, hi, Jamie. Thanks for hopping on. Yeah, Betsy has made these little pie crusts. I don't know where she made them. If she made them in the group, or I thought she actually did them on a live. So that's why I figured I could, you know, I could do it as well. I'm just going to take a fork. You could do it however you want. If you want to like pinch your, you know, to crimp your edges, again, like you would just do a pie crust. I think the last time I probably made a pie crust, yeah, because everything is so easy now, right? You know, you could just buy everything store-bought, already prepped and ready to go. That's the way I like to do things. Easy peasy, right? So I don't like how that came out. So let's just redo that little piece. Wasn't feeling that. I think I went a little too deep on that one. And that's the thing. I don't want to go too deep where I am pressing into the rim. So, you know, it looks very homemade, right? So, And if we have some going over the edges, I'm okay with that. I think that it looks more realistic anyway, if you see that, right? That doesn't really bother me. It's 102 in your garage. It's 92 where you are. I'm not even 100% sure what temperature we reached here on Long Island. If you can't tell, that's where I'm from, guys. Long Island, New York. 102 is hot. Jamie, where are you from? It was live. Yeah, I thought she did it on a live. So that's how I made my blueberry pie. I don't know if you guys have seen my blueberry pie. If not, and you want a link to the video, just comment in here, blueberry pie, and I will put a link right to that video that I did. 80 degrees in southern Minnesota. Oh, you're in Oklahoma, Jamie. Okay. All right, so we have one. I wanted to kind of get a couple of them prepped and ready. I have some others ready to go on to the next step. But while I have my clay out, and I don't think it will take that long to do these, although we always say that, and then we always run into overtime, right? But tonight I can't run into overtime because we do have Betsy coming up after me with Heavens to Betsy Cakery. So I would say I probably have about an ounce here of the Model Magic, and I'm just going to roll it into like a ball. Doesn't really matter. And then I want to kind of press it out a little bit before I get it into my mason jar lid. And then I'm just going to press down from the center, and with my fingers, I'm pressing out and working that crust over to the edge. And sort of pushing it up so I have the crust where I can put those, you know, those grooves in it. 76 any day. Is it 76 by you, Heather? I love that kind of weather too. Like, give me 76 degrees, maybe a nice little breeze, right? That is the perfect weather for me. Like, I love going to the beach, guys. I will sit right as close, not at the water, but I like to go down at the water with my chair. And so whenever I get too hot, I can just run over to the water and dip my feet in, you know, and cool off. But I did that last week. It was so hot there, and the water didn't look the greatest. It was very almost sludgy, you know. It had a lot of like seaweed in it, I guess, but it wasn't like, it just was sludgy. I don't even know how else to describe it. So I wasn't going in the water. Hi, Janae. Yeah, I have Central Air on too right now. It's the best. You can't beat Central Air, that's for sure. But all of a sudden, like pretty much when I was getting ready to go, and I got there kind of late last week because I was in that event last Saturday. I got that nice ocean breeze, and that's the best right there. When you get that ocean breeze. All right. So again, I'm not looking for the perfect, you know, the perfect crust, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. I do want it to come up over my edge a little bit because we know that our clay, as it's drying, it can shrink. Although with the Model Magic, it doesn't really shrink as much, certainly not like the Bose does. So if you want something to stay truer to a size, I would definitely use the Model Magic. All right, so we have two ready to go. And I wanted to just get one more done. So Bear with me, guys. You know, I never did the techie thing to make sure I was live, but obviously I am because I'm seeing you guys all here in the comments. It's beautiful here today, a nice breeze and 76. That must have been the comment from Heather. I'm thinking. All right, so I can probably see comments better on my computer than I can on my camera right now. Or my phone, I should say. Time for a sip of coffee, guys. Cheers. If you're new to my page, thanks for hopping on. And please, you know, show me some love on the video. And give me a follow if you like what you're seeing. And we're going to have 2 more presenters after me. One is Betsy with Heavens to Betsy Cakery. And then my good friend Barb, who's here in the comments, Creative Hearts Corner. And I don't know what Barb is making tonight. Hey, Valerie, are you still here? You're probably still here. You said you were going to be here for the week. This fly is driving me crazy, guys. If you're just hopping on, I have a fly down here in my creative cavern, and he keeps gravitating towards my light. So better than my face, but, you know, still. All right, so I have one more. I just want to get one more pie crust going because I think I had like 4 or 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 of these, but I'm not going to make all 5 tonight. You're leaving Sunday, and you'll be back next month. Okay. It's already Thursday, for crying out loud. Whoop, whoop. You want some pie, Barb? Me too. I definitely want some pie. All right, so this is the last one, guys, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Okay? But the thing is, I wanted to get these done and ready because this clay is going to need a few days to dry before going on to the next step, which is going to be painting. I'm going to paint the crust, and I only have 1 ready to go for painting and 1 ready to go for dry brushing our edges so that they look baked. Northern Minnesota, I had a really bad storm last night. They had tennis ball hail and a tornado. Well, thank goodness you're okay. That's scary. I don't know that I could live in a part of the country where tornadoes. Although I will tell you, there have been some warnings here, and we have had some touchdowns here on Long Island, but certainly nothing like you guys get. That's for sure. So aren't these just the cutest? I just love. I was searching and searching for little small, because I do love to make tiered tray decor. So I love making, as my friend Lori would say, the land of little. So I love making little miniature stuff. That's just what I love to do. And I was searching and searching for something to use for pie crust, and Betsy had come up with this idea. Well, I don't know that she came up with it, but somebody did. And using the mason jar lids, you know, with the sealers. So I thought that was brilliant. It works for me. All right, guys, so I am going to paint my crust, and that's not going to take long. And then we're going to go on to the next step, which will be dry brushing our crust. Don't come to Oklahoma then. And that was a mild storm, huh, Brendy? Wow. All right, so I'm going to use, I thought I had it out. I thought I had it out, guys. Thought I had it out. I know it's here. That's not it. Where is it? I thought I had all my colors out, guys. I'm looking for my Hazy Moon folk art. And every color is in front of me except for that one. Can you imagine? Oy vey. Bear with me, guys. Sorry. What the heck? I had to have used it and moved it. Is it on my table? My bench? I don't see it. All right, guys. I know it's in front of me. Does anybody see it? Hazy Moon. Here it is. See? I knew it was in front of me. It's always the way. Always the way. All right. So I just have one pie ready to go. This one's been drying for a few days, okay? And you could see, like, it really held its, you know, shape and didn't, like, shrink. And I'm just going to paint that with a base coat. And actually, I'm doing the inside, although I suppose you don't really have to because it is going to get covered up. But we're doing it anyway, guys. We're going to do it anyway. Jamie, you like to make the littles too? I love making the littles. They're just so cute. They're so stinking cute. And if you get some on your lid, like I just did, no big deal. Wipe it off. All right, and we're going to let that one dry while we go on to the next one, which is just going to be the crust. This is Hazy Moon. Jamie, this is Hazy Moon by Folk Art. You probably can't read the label because, you know, we got paint all over it. What are you going to do? Hi, Betsy. I believe that Barb got me shared over into the group so you can breathe. I know it gets hard when we're working full time and to get home in time for these events. It's definitely a challenge. Yes, she did. She did. So I guess you saw that. Yes, you saw that before. I didn't read your whole comment. I'm making the little mini pies with the mason jars, and I'm making pumpkin pie tonight, Betsy. Why not? Fall's coming, guys. And apparently, so is Christmas, you know. So there's the base coat of that, okay. And, oh, yeah, what we're gonna do next, we're gonna let that dry for a minute, and then we are going to put our plaster Paris in. So let me get that going. So I'm gonna use the Perfect Plaster, okay. I think I'm prepared tonight, guys. I think I'm pretty prepared. I got my water down here. I got all the things down here. So this is, now I don't know about you guys, but anytime I use this, why am I doing that? I'm not ready for that yet. I was just going to say, anytime I'm using this stuff does, I think, set up pretty quickly. So I do have one prepped with it in, but I'm going to show you how I did it once the paint dries on that one that we just made. And I'm saving my paint, guys. I'm scooping it right back up into my bottle. So I want to now dry brush some color over the one I already have prepped and ready. So that's the step we're going to do next, okay? But first we're going to dry brush, and I'm going to use honey brown. You can use anything, really. Any kind of brown that you want to use, you can use. I'm looking for my little recipe cards that I know I just had here. Here they are. See? Yeah, I used Honey Brown for my pie crust shading. And you know that we don't need a lot of paint. We're taking most of it off. And then we're just going to take the brush and, you know, lightly brush over all our peaks, our edges. I want to go all the way around my edge. And I'm not going to worry either about getting my plaster painted because we're going to paint that anyway. Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for hopping on. How are you? We are making pumpkin pie. We had a little mishap here on this one. All right, I had to do a little touch-up surgery on my crust. So I figure fall is coming. Why not do something for fall? I'm already getting Christmas orders on Etsy, so it's like ready or not, here it comes, guys. Ready or not. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm really not ready. I want to be able to enjoy summer, you know. So I think I'm trying to be too careful about hitting my plaster because that part, like normally I would do all of this first before putting my plaster in, but I wanted to have a pie ready to go, so I had to have something dry already, if that makes sense, right? I think it makes sense. So again, normally I would let my crust dry before putting my dry brushing on the edges just to make it look baked, and I will definitely post pictures after the live so that you'll be able to really see all the details, because it's really hard to show that on camera sometimes. And sometimes pictures don't really do it justice either. Thank you, Stephanie. Thanks so much, girlfriend. You're the best. All right, guys, we're almost done with this part, and we've still got a half an hour, so I think we're doing okay. My Ethel is messaging me, but she must not know that I'm live. Maybe she'll hop on. You notice, like, I'm really not even dipping back into my paint very often because, believe it or not, you get a lot of paint. Just, you know, brushing it off. So I don't know if you could see, but we have that baked look going on. And probably you can see the difference if I hold that one up. Then you could see the difference. Okay. This is almost dry. See, I didn't even need to paint the bottom, but I did, and that's the part I'm waiting for. So we're just gonna do this. I have one of those heat guns, but I don't wanna pull it out, guys. So I don't think it's that big of a deal anyway. All right, so let's get our plaster mixed up, and I'm gonna try and be smart here. Now these guys here, these are gonna sit to dry for a few days. I'm trying to remember when I did this one. I'm not 100% sure. when I did that, it might have been Sunday. So one thing I have noticed is you'll know when your plaster is dry. You don't want to paint your plaster until it's really cured, because what I found when I've done that in the past is that it turns my paint. Well, I did a cake slice last year for Halloween, if you guys remember, in the back cage. Betsy, you'll probably remember, because I did the back cage and I put a slice of cake in there and I painted it black, and that paint started to get like white, and I had to keep repainting over it, and that was because my plaster was not cured. So you really want to, this fly's driving me crazy, guys. He's going after my coffee now. That's like not good. That's not going to happen. All right, so what did I do with my mixture? Here we go. I'm not really measuring as I should probably, because like I said, this stuff sets up real fast. The only thing I could tell you is that it's a 2-part of the Perfect Plaster to 1-part water. Did you see that? We're sprinkling plaster. And I don't even find that to be really a true measurement, to be honest. I always end up seeming to have to add a little more water to mine. But this stuff does set up really quickly, I think, unless I'm not doing something right. So I'm just going to give that a stir. And I want to get all those, you know, lumps and bumps out of there, right? So I want to get it nice and smooth. And what I did was I brought over one of my silicone molds with leaves on it, in case I do have extra. Then I can just pour the plaster right into there and make little leaves. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Thanks for hopping on. All right. So I think that's pretty good. I think it's all mixed up good. And you know what? I didn't have to add water to it this time. So I'm just going to pour it in, guys. That's it. Okay, and I want to kind of tap it down and bring up any air bubbles. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Hopefully you can. I see all those bubbles popping up. I will say this mixture came out thinner than I normally end up pouring, so I don't know what I'm doing different. Maybe it's because I actually measured. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hi, Jan. Michigan in the house. How are you this evening? Thank you for hopping on. I'm really hoping to make some leaves, but I don't want these bubbles, although I'm not going to stress over the bubbles, because what I'll end up doing, like I did with this one, is I can always sand it down and, you know, smooth it out a little. Hi, Tammy. Thanks for hopping on. I will say, with it being a looser mixture, it's definitely giving me more working time, because normally I feel like it just sets up very quickly on me. It is starting to set up now, so I'm going to make a few leaves, guys, or as many as I can get out of this. And I'm getting a little sloppy with it, but because I'm not taking my time and I'm live. I'm getting very sloppy with it, but that's all right. We'll clean it up. I'm just going to whoosh it over into the mold next to it. Rather than waste the product, at least I'll get another couple of leaves out of it, since I wasn't being too careful. Anyone have any questions? All right, well, I got quite a few leaves out of that. I'm happy with that, guys. And they don't have to be perfect, because we can sit them in like some of our fake whipped cream, or, you know, or whatever, right? This fly is like right at my face, guys. Right at my face. Can you believe this? Doesn't he know I'm live? I can't be having a fly flying around at my face, guys. I'm going to tap that a little bit too. Hi, Cecilia. Thanks for hopping on. I got a fly coming at me tonight, Cecilia. And I'm just going to put those aside, guys. So, you see I made a big mess, but it's okay. It's going to be all fine in the end. And we have our other one setting up. And I'll let that sit overnight, pretty much. Well, no, I'll let it sit for a few days. Isn't that hysterical, Lindsay? Tammy, right? I kept saying he keeps gravitating towards the light. And as long as he's not coming at me, I'm good with it. But no, now he decided to come at me. So, we can't have that. All right, guys, I'm going to paint my pie, okay? I'm excited. I can't wait. Pumpkin pie, guys. Pumpkin pie. That's what we're making. I thought maybe we could make a chocolate cream pie, too, but we only made enough mixture for one pie. I had another little shell crust ready to go. And who knows, if we have time, which I don't think we will, because I only have 20 minutes, guys, we can make a chocolate cream pie, too. So anyway, I took some, guys, I know all the colors are in front of me, but we're losing it anyway. I took some Spiced Pumpkin by DecoArt, and that was like really, really orange. I didn't want like a really bright orange pumpkin pie, so I wanted to tone it down with some browns, and I put in some of the honey brown, and I also put in some salted caramel. I don't really have like any specific, you know, amount. I just mixed it up ahead of time to try and get the color. Hi, Ness, how are you? To try and get the color I wanted, that I thought looked like a pumpkin pie. And that's it right here. And I think that's a pretty good color. So I just, again, I used a little spiced pumpkin, some honey brown, also by DecoArt, and some salted caramel. And I'm just going to paint, guys. I'm just going to paint my pie. Oh, I think that's a pretty color. I think that's really pretty. I mean, you can make your pie using whatever colors you want to use. I wasn't sure what to use, so I wanted to play around before the live just to see. I think that's a good color, guys. Hopefully I'll remember what I did. Right, Ness? Thank you. Hopefully I'll remember. Well, I have started writing down. I have started writing down things when I come up with colors. Just so I know what the heck I did. Because otherwise I'm not going to know. And, you know, as a seller on Etsy, I want to be able to recreate you know, the same item that I have pictured, right? So for me, it's important to have some sort of, you know, what in the heck did I do, right? I'm just trying to get in those little edges there. Because on this one, I kind of overfilled my pie a little bit. And I would definitely give this 2 coats. And I'll tell you what, too. I mean, it's drying as fast as I'm painting it. Yeah, I have to write them down, too. Exactly, Jamie. All right. I'm pretty happy with that, guys. What do you think? I think it's looking pretty yummy. Looking pretty yummy. How stinking cute. Isn't that cute? I love it. I love it. I have to thank Betsy for sharing the idea of using the mason jar lids, because I just thought they were the perfect mini tin for our pie crusts or our pies. I really want to make chocolate cream pie, guys. I want to make a chocolate cream pie. So I'm going to definitely do that when my other pies set up. But okay, now we're getting sloppy, so I will clean up those edges, but not here on the live. Not necessary to do that. I can always clean it up afterwards, because I think I'll have to go back in a little bit with my my base color, the Hazy Moon, because I got a little messy. Well, maybe we can just wipe it off. We don't want to make a big mess, you know. But I think that's looking good. So what do you think is next, guys? Hi, Nancy. Thank you. Thanks for hopping on. All right, so I'm going to let that dry, right? But we're not gonna wait for it to completely dry tonight. We're just gonna put a little whipped cream on there, and of course some cinnamon. Now I don't know. I might. Well, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna add the cinnamon now while the paint is wet. I think, you know, otherwise I can add it when I put some Mod Podge on top to seal it, but I think I'm just going to re-wet my surface with the paint. Wouldn't hurt to have another coat on there anyway. And just put a little sprinkle. And I don't know, is that the right way? I really don't know. But who cares? That's how we find out. That's how we find out, right? This is how we learn. Oh, thanks, Barb. My Barb is my sister. She's so sweet. I'm just going to sprinkle a little cinnamon, guys. I wonder, actually, should I be a little more strategic? I don't know. You know how this stuff gets. It's very messy. I don't know. Let's just sprinkle it on. Let's just sprinkle it on. Our paint's drying already, guys. We got to get that on. Let's make sure this is snapped on there good so it doesn't just dump out. That would be my luck. Because I'll tell you, it feels a little loose. It's making me a little nervous. It's making me a little nervous. Not gonna lie. All right, and that's really more than I wanted, but that's okay, because we're gonna put some whipped cream on there, and you're not even gonna see some of that. So I'm just tapping it to kind of get any of the loose off of that pile that just dumped out, right? It's okay. We're not gonna stress over it. We're just gonna continue. That's what we're gonna do. All right, let's see. I have some whipped cream ready to go, guys. Whipped cream. We know it's spackle, right? It's not really whipped cream. And my little container, guys. Do you see my new gnome in the background? I got a new one. That was a special request by someone asking me to make something, and so that's how what I did. It happens with real pies. That's right, Stephanie. You know? And guys, we're just going to put a little dollop on there. All right? Do I want to add glue? Do I want to put a little tacky glue down? Where's my girl Ness? Do I put a little tacky glue down to make sure my spackle sticks? I'm thinking maybe. Maybe. I don't trust the spackle by itself to stick on there. Certainly not going to hurt, guys. It's not going to hurt. Tammy says yes. We're doing it. See, sometimes my brain functions. Sometimes it doesn't. We don't need a lot, guys. We just need a little bit. I'll tell you, when my first cupcakes that I made, it'll stick, but insurance is good, right? We like insurance, Ness. One of my first cupcakes I made, my topping just came right off, you know? Came right off. All right. I have an old friend calling me. That's odd. I'll have to call her back. It's making me nervous. I mean, guys, how yummy does that look? Doesn't that look yummy? Oh my God, I love it. I stinking love it. All right, you know what else I did? I did make leaves, but did we get them painted? No, we didn't. We didn't. So I have little leaves I could paint, and I could stick, you know, I should have maybe done that before I put my spackle down, but I don't even know that it really needs it. Thanks, Tammy. Thanks. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Janae. Thanks, Tammy. I don't know if I said thank you to you. So it looks so yummy, right, guys? So I did make some little leaves. You know, let's just paint one quick since we do have time. And we'll see. But I think I probably would have wanted to add it, I think, under my spackle. And I'm just painting it the same color as I would, or that I did, the pie crust. And we're going to wear that paint all over our fingers. We don't really care, guys. We don't care. Hi, Kim. It looks good as is, right? I don't know that it really needs the leaf either. But it's just another option that you could do. So let's cover up our spackle, guys, because we don't want that drying out. Thank you, Cecilia. All right. I'm getting a little nervous that my friend Angie is calling me because it's not like her to, she would normally text me, not call me. So I hope everything is okay. And I saw Lori texting me, my Ethel. She was texting me while I was live also. So now I'm wondering, what's up? Did something happen? Did something happen? Although if it did, Lori probably would have called me since I haven't responded back to her. I don't know. I don't know. Well, the fly seems to have gone away. That's good. All right, tomorrow's Friday, guys. Tomorrow is Friday. It's finally arrived. It's been a long week for me, that's for sure. Oh, let's see. I mean, if I was going to do leaves, I would do 3. Right? We like to work, and there he is. I just said it, and there he is. He just came back. It's like he heard me. Go away. What gets me is, I don't know how he got all the way downstairs here in the Crafty Cavern. Because, you know, I'm down in the basement, guys, right? I'm down in the basement. How did he get in the house and come all the way down the stairs where, you said it, never say that about the fly. They always show back up right after. Oh, my God. I just saw your comment. He sure did. It's all right. I was sitting out on my deck before, and there's been a bumblebee hanging around for days now on my deck. And every time I'm out there sitting, he likes to buzz around my head. He don't bother me. You know that bumblebees, right? They say they don't sting. So I don't really tend to worry too much, but I will tell you, when I was a kid, when I was growing up, for whatever reason, on the side of my house where I was growing up, we had scaffolding, I'm probably not saying that right, but all around the garage area. And we're just going to use our finger because we just put the brush in the water. And so we used to climb it and we used to jump off it as kids, you know, like we were daring. That's what we did, you know. We were very daring. We used to play Evel Knievel in the backyard. My brothers would put up like ramps in the backyard and do wheelies and stuff, and like it was the best. All the neighborhood kids would be around, and we had a great childhood growing up over there. But anyway, so I'm climbing the top one day, and guys, I got attacked by bumblebees, and I'm talking bumblebees. You know, the black bee with the yellow stripes, not the yellow jackets. We know those sting. But bumblebees. And I got stung in the face, around the eyes, in the arms. And I mean, my face blew up. My arm blew up. I've never been bit again. I've been bit by yellow jackets in the back of the neck, but we don't have basements. Every time y'all say I'm down in the cave or basement, I think of horror movies. People held down in a secret room. Oh, my girl, my girl. Why don't I remember that? Why don't I remember that, Heather? I don't know. All right, so, and again, if I was going to, of course, I already put that brush in the water like an idiot. If I was going to use these leaves, which we still haven't decided, I think it looks super cute without any leaves. It looks good just like that. But if you wanted to embellish, you could just maybe throw a little leaf on top. But you know what? If we're listing this on Etsy, that's just more work, guys. It's more work. Okay? We don't really need to have more work. We got enough work going on. But just to show you. So because I have time anyway, guys, too, because I have 7 minutes. So, and these are still a little wet. So we're not sure that it's going to work out too good anyway. I would just want to make it look just like my crust does. I don't know if you can see it. But isn't that stinking cute? I just love it. I love it. I'm thinking maybe I might turn this one into a chocolate cream pie. I don't know. So that's it. I don't think I am going to put anything on there. I like the cinnamon on the orange, but I don't love it on the whipped cream because I've done it in the past on top of the whipped cream, the spackle. And I don't like how it sort of like melts into my spackle and then makes it just kind of look dirty. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to leave it just as is, just like that. Yes, it can bleed. Exactly. You know this. Oh my God, I know this. Macaulay Culkin, his girlfriend, got stung and died. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. So, and then we have more leaves going, guys. But you know what? You never know what we'll use them for. So we'll have them made. You know, we had extra plaster, so we don't want to just toss away our product or waste it. So that's what I thought I could do. You know, what would be cute too is if you had a bunch of little leaves and you put them all around your edge. You know, to decorate, right? Like how we decorate our crusts. You could do that too. That would be cute. I probably wouldn't use this shape leaf. I might use a different one. I don't know if you could see that because it's going to fall if I tilt it. But I'm in love with it, guys. What do you think? All right, so up after me is Betsy with Heavens to Betsy Bakery. I always say bakery, but it's not bakery. It's Heavens to Betsy Cakery. So you like that idea, Janae? Yeah, why not, you know? And it also, you know, it gives it another added dimension, if you will, right? You say that like we will actually bake. Exactly. Every time I bake a pie, every time I bake a pie, I say, and you guys know, I don't bake. I don't bake. I really don't. So, yes, Heather, I did make some brownies because when I did my paleo, so I get this, that fly again, I bought a box of a grain-free, it was made with an almond flour by Simple Mills. And I was like, oh, you know, there was so few things that I could have when it came to sweets. So I thought, why not make myself some brownies? That box has been sitting in my cupboard for what? I don't know, a year and a half or so. And my cupboard, I never used that word. But anyway, the fly is getting aggressive, yes. But anyway, one day I decided I was going to make the brownies because I put that brownie post up on my page. Like, do you like the edge, the center, you know? And I was getting so many comments on it. I was like, I want brownies. I'm going to make some brownies. So that's what I did. And I'll tell you what, they were pretty good. They actually came out really good with the almond flour. I wouldn't say it's like your traditional, you know, he's on the light and he's rubbing his back legs together. Doesn't that mean something, guys? Doesn't that mean something? I don't know. The fly. I'm talking about the fly. So, all right. So up next is Betsy with Heavens to Betsy Cakery. And after Betsy will be Barb with Creative Hearts Corner. You can go join everybody over on one page if you'd like. Or please go give my friends, show them some love. Give them a follow. Sprinkle us out. We're all looking to grow our pages. Yeah, he's dropping a deuce. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And he's on Thomas's light. Thomas has all the fancy lights down here. I'm like, Thomas, can you set one of those lights up for me? Because I feel like I always look so dark, and I think that helps. So, all right. So you can join everybody on one page, Heavenly Fake Bake Decor Group. And I'm going to go wash my hands. And I'm going to go play around and finish up some gnomes for orders and get some things packed up for shipping that I have to ship out in a couple days. I want to get that done and over with so that I can enjoy my weekend because, guys, I'm planning on going to the beach. And it's probably going to be on Saturday, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys. I'll see you all soon. I don't know if I'll get to live tomorrow night or not for Friday night Lucy hour because Ethel has not been present with due to baseball for her grandson. So, and just to show you, like, this is already dry, and you see we got a few little bumps and stuff in there. That's probably from the bubbles. I didn't get them all up. Hi, Margarita. Thanks for hopping on. And that's okay. What I did with this one was, and again, it really probably doesn't matter once you cover it up with your faux whipped cream and stuff. But I sanded mine down a little. I just gave it a little sand with some very fine 220 grit sandpaper. And that was it. So I'll see you all soon. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. Have a great night.